Hi friends, I want to go over a couple of things from my live chat that I did on Sunday. Okay, as you guys know, I was having trouble with my webcam, right? So I'm going to go over, I got it fixed, wahoo. Yeah, so we'll go over what had happened with that. So I had my phone and I was trying to do the live chat from my phone, and at some point I lost a connection, and so during that time there was some questions that had come up, and apparently I didn't see it. Even after I came back on and everything started working again, I somehow missed a section. So I apologize if you said hi, I didn't say hi, or if a question didn't get answered, you know, or something like that. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry. I was trying to answer questions, and then sometimes I would forget to go back and answer another question, and so I need to get better at the live chat, so I hope you'll bear with me as I work through that. Okay. And obviously one thing is, I think it was hilarious when I went back and I was kind of looking at it and looking at the chat feed that came through. Boy, when I do those chats on a morning when I've had my coffee, boy, was I a chatterbox. I thought I was only going to do a 30-minute chat, and oh my gosh, it ended up going, what, an hour and 45 minutes. But anyways, boy, was I a chatterbox, huh? Yeah, so maybe we better do those evening ones, you know, but anyways, it was kind of funny. Yeah, so I do want to address, I think, an important question, and a very curious one, I'm sure, that maybe other people might have been curious about too, was especially the one is, what is a Webasto heater from Sunshine 100? So I apologize I didn't get back to that question. I know I kind of went down, skipped it, and I meant to go back. It's one of those ones that I meant to go back. There wasn't too many. There was just another one. So anyways, what is a Webasto? Webasto is a heater system that truckers, or most of them, can use, and it runs off of their diesel fuel. So you actually have a line that's tapped in to their fuel, and that's what it's fueled off of, basically. And so it's very energy efficient. Okay, it has a thermostat and very economical. Now I don't know about how much they get, you know, heat, and how much it takes the diesel to run that particular one, but I do know a little bit about the gasoline one, because when she heard me talking to one of my subscribers who ends up having one, they got one in their Explorer. So I have a subscriber that has an Explorer back east, so we were chatting about that, and I'm still waiting for that email from my friend, you know, that has Explorer. Anyway, so email me. I want to hear the details about it. So anyways, we both follow a person's channel that has one of these Webasto heaters in their van, but his runs off of gasoline. So that's how come we both know about it, because we both follow this person. So anyways, so the gasoline one, again, it's tapped to the gasoline. There's a gasoline fuel line, runs off of a thermostat, and the gasoline will use about a gallon of gas in about a 24 hour period. But remember, that can also vary by how cold it is, what your settings are, you know, how much obviously you're drawing from it. But you do have to have it's intake and outtake kind of system with it, with venting and stuff like that, but it's supposed to be, again, very energy efficient. Now, if you're boondocking, though, somewhere, depending on what size tank you have, that's something you'd have to weigh into, because you're tapping into your gasoline, which is going to need you to get out of a boondocking spot and get you somewhere. So if you're in a too remote area, it gets cold for a week, you know, or more. So, and I mean, it's different if you're just needing it during a night. So you'd still have to be mindful of your resources, how much you're tapping into it, because obviously you're using your gasoline. So that is just something to consider. Those people that do decide to get one, I still think, you know, it doesn't hurt to have more than one way to heat your rig, okay? So whether you use a, you know, Mr. Buddy, the Wave 3 is very energy efficient, and a portable propane tank, but somehow as a backup, because that is something that you really would want to be mindful about because of it tapping into your gasoline, okay, that you're going to need on your rig to get yourself somewhere, okay, to get more fuel. So that's just something to consider, but it's not bad, but yeah, it's just that's just the information, and you can make a choice whether you think it's something that would work in your particular setup. They are kind of expensive. I don't know what the new cost is, but it's about $1,600 a couple years ago to get one, and installation and stuff like that. So I don't know what the price is now for them, so or whether you can install it somewhat halfway yourself, or whether, yeah, so those are things you would have to get more information about, because I don't know that much more about the installation, new cost and fees and all that kind of stuff. Just back then, I know what this person said on their channel, what they paid for it, and even then it wasn't even installed entirely well where they had it installed. He had to go in and kind of redo a couple of things, because, you know, it just wasn't done to his, you know, standards and liking, and rightfully so. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind too. So anyways, just that's kind of about the Webasto heater system, okay? The other one was, and I'm sorry, this was my friend John out there asked me about how's it going with the ham radio license, if I was working on that, and I said, oh, we'll come back to that. No, I have all these other things that are important. So no, I haven't. I am going to be working on it eventually, but it's not a priority, because I know I can get testing done almost in any state from the ham radio clubs. So if I can get to it, I will, but there's definitely other things that are more important on my list. It's still something I want to do, but it's not high on my list. I've kind of moved it down, but I still would like to achieve that goal. I think it's a good goal that I want to do, and get my first level license with the ham radio. So it will come, you know. I can't even promise it'll be this year, maybe the end of this year, maybe before I get out of this Portland area, but maybe not. Okay, so we'll just have to see how things look, maybe by May. Okay, so ask me again later in May, John, okay, on that question. The other thing is my webcam. Oh my gosh. It was like, what in the world has got my webcam hostage? It is finally fixed. Thank goodness to Kent, who came to my rescue. And so we spent this evening over the phone with him, helping me through this situation. But I had suspicions of what was going on because of some things that Kent and I know about what's going on with Microsoft and Google. Okay, so yeah, and definitely confirmed it. So my first thought was, okay, well, maybe 2 programs that I had downloaded to make thumbnails and things like that. So I got rid of them because in the end I thought, well, I'm not going to use them anyway, so might as well get rid of them, eliminate that situation. So it didn't fix the problem, okay? So I was kind of getting a little bit frustrated by, you know, after we did the live chat and everything, and I was still getting the same message, and I tried a couple things. I checked with my Google Chrome settings and things like that. I actually put in my, you know, make sure it had my webcam. Still didn't fix the problem. It still kept saying an application had, you know, was using my webcam. That was the message. Well, so then I tried going back, and I made Microsoft Edge my default browser, and then went in there and went into the YouTube and tried to click on the camera, and there was nothing. They couldn't even, you know, it wouldn't even use it. It says it did not even see a webcam, and again it suggested that I download the Google Chrome, okay? And I'm like, well, I just did that and nothing's working. So I kind of like did an uninstall and a reinstall. So this is kind of what I worked on. So I went back, I reinstalled it, I changed it over as even my browser, everything, trying to, you know, go back and between these 2 places, and they would not communicate with each other. So when I went back to the Chrome, once again, I kept getting the message that an application was using my webcam. And I thought, oh man, this is just getting so crazy. What is going on? And then I remembered, yeah, that something, you know, through Kent and our conversation in the past, what I've learned about these 2 people, they're just, or companies, they're not working together, and that is a reality. So, and I'm only saying this because if anybody else is out there as a channel going through this issue, it's crazy. And I tried to download an encoder, but it was asking me to go into YouTube, and then it was asking for to be able to utilize all of my personal YouTube information, my account, my Google account information, to be able to use some of these encoders. And I was like, no way do I want to do that either. So I went, no, if I have to do that, that's not acceptable. Okay. So Kent calls me and we start to figure this out. And so what was different between this computer and my last computer was my last on Acer, we used Firefox as my browser, okay? So we said, well, let's go back and put the Firefox on this computer and get rid of these 2 that just do not seem to work together with each other. And that's exactly what we did. We put the Firefox down there. I put it as my browser, and I went to my YouTube channel. I clicked on my webcam, and sure enough, it popped on. It's working. It's not even asking me to put Chrome on there. Seriously, it wasn't even telling me to put Google Chrome. It just was working. It came up. Everything was fine. It just says, do you want to allow YouTube to use your webcam? And I said yes. Easy peasy, right? Easy, easy. So isn't that crazy? And so now it's working. I don't feel like I'm in the middle of these two. I hope they fix this, because this is ridiculous to have to go through this. But the bottom line is, finally I did get it to work, and without an encoder. That's what I wanted, you know. And so this Sunday, I'm pretty sure I'm going to try to do another live chat this Sunday, probably around 5 o'clock. I'll schedule. I'm going to actually try to play around with learning how to schedule them. So I'll probably try to play around with that by Wednesday or Thursday, see if I can get that you know, uploaded and get a schedule up there. And I really would like to learn how to do that. So I'll be working on that, but at least verbally, in case something goes wrong, I'm strongly shooting at maybe Sunday evening, okay? And give that a try. So maybe about 5 o'clock. Yeah, so we can go there. Unless everybody says, no, 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 you comment, that wouldn't be good, that wouldn't be good, do it earlier, then I'll weigh that out, okay? But for now, unless I get a bunch of comments, we'll shoot for that time frame. All right, so I wanted to let you know what's going on. I'm just so glad, you know, yay, that Kent saved the day. Thank you, Kent. Again, he's Kent from Northwest Hiker. He helped me to get that all figured out. So, yeah, I knew he would, you know. All right, so thank you for coming to my rescue. Once again, always with that computer. I learned so much from him, from you know, about the computer stuff. Okay, so I guess that's it. I just wanted to give you those little updates, and then I look forward to seeing you and talking to you this coming Sunday, all right, on the live chat again. And if you have any questions for me, maybe put them, that's another thing, just put them down here. Maybe just put them down, and any questions, and maybe we can go over them too, or I can have time to, you know, if something I don't know, I can try to research in time, and then we'll just kind of go with the flow with it this Sunday, okay? All right, so I love you all, and I'll see you and talk to you this Sunday, and thank you for following my journey. I really appreciate that. Okay, talk to you then.